I'm Insomniac.
And I'm Pops.
And this is Shooting the Shit.
a.k.a. Chat with Pops.
Alright, this is episode 56, I think, of Shooting the Shit. 56 or 57, I think 56, who knows. Read the title, that'll tell you what episode it is. Today's topic comes from the same person whose name I can't pronounce from an episode or two ago. I'll put it here on screen. And the topic is, I lost it already. Pros and cons of social media.
This should be interesting. Pros and cons of social media. Wow. Where do we start, or where do I start? Being older in the recent years, say even just the last 10 or 15 or whatever, it's like, wow, what the hell has happened? It's like a fast evolution. The pros for me is the obvious. You know, you get out here and you can basically touch everybody, anyone who's there, about the whole world. So there's a lot of good things you can do. You could make money, you could be an entrepreneur, you could, to me, that's the main pro about it. And there's a lot of good help you can get too, a lot of good help. But the problem, as usual, is the cons of things. I mean, there's just so many people out here, for me, that just don't have a life. I mean, we're back to the trolling of other topics we've done. People just trolling people screwing with people, finding people, on the internet. There's a dark side to this, and it's not nice. People just out to screw with you.
Sounds very liberal to me.
But it for me,
all I just heard in the last 2 minutes over there was blah, 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 hurt feelings. Who cares about being trolled or somebody saying something mean?
I don't.
Big
it's not.
fucking deal.
I don't. People just have nothing better to do but screw with you, and that's
you laugh at them, you block them, you move on. Who cares?
In some instances, it's not that simple. But depending on what kind of social media you're on, because maybe I got it wrong. I was discussing some with my wife before I came down here, because I am getting older. So I think social media. I think Facebook. I don't know anything about Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, things like that. I think that, but I know for me, I guess social media, I guess, is way broader. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm thinking when I think social media, even what we're doing right now. Wouldn't this be a form of social media? YouTube?
Technically, if you start getting into like the comments. Because otherwise, not really.
All right. Well, so then maybe I'm making this too broad. But when I'm making it too broad.
Basically, any form of media where people can connect. So, I mean, in the YouTube comments, I suppose you can interact with people. But like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all of that
But
bullshit.
my point is, and you're going, it's a liberal. But my point is, they're just people that are out here.
Of course, but my point
to
is
do nothing but hurt somebody.
But my point is, who cares?
Who cares?
Words are words.
It's not just words.
It's all just words on the internet.
It is?
It's 100% all just words on the internet. Nobody could punch you in the face through the internet, or stab you through the internet, or shoot you through the internet.
All right.
So you'd say, wow, this person's a scumbag, and you move on. But some people just take it to heart, and they get their feelings hurt, and then they, it spins out of control. And this is why everyone's trying to, censor social media now, which is bullshit. Shouldn't be censoring anything. There are a lot of scumbags that have a lot of shit to say, and you know what? You should, take it and move on. That's what I think.
Well, I don't know. I feel like, check this out. I got something here I'm going to say to crack some people up, depending on who watches. I feel like social media today is the new CB radio of old days. And people would get on the CB radio and like this shit and just be looking to fuck with somebody. Just looking to fuck with someone.
It actually is a good comparison, because one of the points that I was going to make is how social media has this anonymity to it that everybody hides behind to say whatever the fuck they want. And back in the CB days, I'm guessing
it's exactly what it is.
You can just key up there and say some shit, and nobody knows who you are or where you're at.
There it is. We're right on. Well, what the fuck are we debating about? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but we're saying two different things. I'm saying, listen, if I were to give a shit about people trolling me or saying stuff that I don't like on my social media accounts or YouTube, I would have quit a long time ago.
Let me tell you something.
You let it roll off.
Let me tell you something.
And believe me, I deal with a lot more bullshit online than you do.
He's got a point about anonymity and in the background hiding. Back in the day, this is the fucked up part of this, and it could be for this too. Back in the day, quite a few people that I smacked with the CB radio. Quite a few that I run into, and they got smacked.
Yeah, but laws were a lot looser back then too.
Well, and you know, unfortunately, that did happen. And you know, the thing is, social media or not, and hiding behind something, and you're over here and I'm over there, you never know who's going to get hurt and how bad they're going to get hurt. And that's not a liberal thing for me. That's a fucked up thing. That's a social conscious thing to me. Like, I don't want to screw with nobody. If I have my opinion, that's one thing. But to purposely go, I'm going to fuck with this person, I'm going to hurt him one way or the other. There's something wrong. You're a fucked up evil person. Here, I'm cursing.
I don't disagree with
You're
that.
You're a fucked up evil person.
I don't disagree with that at all. My point is, instead of discussing necessarily the pros and cons of social media, we're discussing the pros and cons of getting your feelings hurt.
No, I'm not.
Those people are fucked up. I'm not one of those people.
What? Getting your feelings hurt's one thing. Really having your life interrupted, interfered with, fucked with, that's not, oh, you got your feelings hurt.
It takes two people to let that happen. You can either ignore somebody's bullshit.
Wow. I give up. Go ahead.
You can
give
either,
your fucking side here.
Ignore
what
somebody's
you're giving,
bullshit, or you could feed
ignore
into
it. When it really affects your life, then what do you do?
Nothing that's online can really affect your life.
Okay.
It's
all right.
This is all of it right here. See the screen's off? Nothing can affect me right now. And when you do see it,
okay.
you have an option.
You're talking horse shit.
No, I'm not.
You're talking horse
I deal with shit all the time.
You're talking horse shit.
People contact me all the time. You have an option to just delete things. You have an option to block people. If you respond, then you're in the shit.
And which is great. This sounds like the program I go to, which you guys have heard about out here. Exactly. Don't pick up the rope. It's how you react. Don't react, disengage.
You're not understanding. You're saying I'm over here talking shit.
Which is what you're saying.
I'm telling you.
But I'm still telling you.
I deal with 50 times more bullshit than you ever have in the whole internet in a week because of the amount of followers I have in social media and the amount of impact I have. I get trolled all fucking day in the comments, direct messages, people sending me fake friend requests, people talking shit.
That.
Some people who I know are probably watching this who are under assumed names. Who are still trying to make funny comments or send me
part of what I'm talking about.
And guess what? You know what I do? I don't fucking waste any time on that. I block the fake account. I delete the fucking person, and that's the end of it till they make a new account and try it again.
Are you sure though?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, whatever. All I'm saying is.
And sometimes not, but I don't care. I block them anyway.
I have strong feelings about this, and what I don't totally agree about. But you're right. Here comes back to what I know better: is you really can't control scumbags and evil bastards. What a fucking shame. But you can
control your reaction to these people.
No, this is true.
And here's the thing.
This is
somebody face to face with you, that's a whole nother story. There's going to be a whole nother reaction. I can't say I'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
I can't say that I would be fantastic at somebody standing in my face talking shit to me. But it's a lot easier online. Just like it's easier for people to talk shit online, for me...
Bring it on!
For me, it's easier for...
Like, really? Go ahead. I'd like that. I'd welcome that with some people.
For me... It's also easier to deal with having shit, talk to me through social media because there isn't somebody standing there. There is no, immediate harm that I could pose even if I'd like to. So you just delete it and you move on. It's a lot easier for both parties. Now, I guess that's a pro and a con because it's easier for both people not to get in trouble because of social media and the kind of divider you have between you, which is somebody's keyboard and somebody else's screen. But then it's also a con because there's so many more people, just out there talking shit than there ever was because now it's so easy to just touch anybody who's on social media.
Years ago, like you said, that is a pro and a con. Because what I just brought up years ago was I'd run into your ass and you'd get a beating. Or I'd take a baseball bat and wreck your car. Those kind of stupid shit. Oh, the laws were... I don't know what went on, but people came looking for it and they got what was coming to them. And then... I don't know how much you could do anyway. We go, well, you gotta lie. Oh, he did that to me. Well, what were you doing there? So anyway, the point here is that's why I was saying bring it on before. I welcome you pussy bastards to come and bring it to my face. I welcome you.
You and your old school bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit.
Do you know what year this is?
I don't give a shit. And I don't give a shit how fucking big you are or what you do.
You will when you're in prison.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
That's the only reason I don't bother engaging with anybody anymore. Because I'm not going to jail for shit. I got news for you. Now, where I was trying to take this, because I don't know why this whole episode turned into trolling and beating the shit out of each other. I don't know why that's all social media is.
Well, no, we are being trolled. I'll leave it at that. Go
Now,
ahead.
to talk about other pros and cons of social media, like you started to touch on at the very beginning, there are also shit tons of opportunities via social media. For example, the only reason anybody finds me on social media is because of the stuff that I've done through, with music in the past and now with my YouTube channels. Otherwise, I would not be on social media because I don't give a shit. Not at all. Now, here's where you have, again, I think there's almost like an equal amount of pros and cons with social media. In this particular case, it's the same thing where the pros are, it is now easy for you to kind of get your brand out there or your product or your service or whatever you want to do. It's easy for everybody to set up social media accounts and try to hit target audiences.
Yeah, if you're young like you guys.
The big con to that is oversaturation, and I used to see this especially when I was doing music. It's easy now for everybody to do everything and put their music or this or that, on all these different social media sites or, get on Twitter, get an account, etc. But you and millions of other people now also have access to the same exact social media services, so you kind of just get lost in this huge sea of shit. I almost feel like before social media, even though it was more work to touch a large audience, if you found a creative way to do it, I feel like it had to have been actually easier if you put the work in then than now. Like, it's easier in terms of you get to sit home on your laptop and just do things now, but it's also so much easier to just get lost in a sea of everybody doing the same thing now, as opposed to, before social media, I feel like it's easier to stand out. Because you don't have access to the entire world's worth of people doing the same thing.
There's just so much competition, and unfortunately in the same genre, there's just so much crap. But that's the pro, right? Well, hey, everybody could go, listen to me, I'm writing a song. Listen to me, I'm playing. Listen to me. I have students show me drum covers, and I'm like, is this person being serious? Is this person being serious? I'm like, no, they're not. They're fucking serious. So, and somebody's watching them, my student, which they really shouldn't be. But it's a mess. See, for me, there's too much pro to just throw it out the window for sure, obviously, right? But everything,
for example,
everything's got to turn into a mess.
One big pro,
bunch of crap.
But see, for me, every time I think of a pro, I also think of an automatic con with it. One big, positive that I think about is the fact that now, if you do lose touch with somebody that you want to talk to, it is so easy now, if they're on some form of social media, to find them and reach out again. Mm-hmm. It's not looking through phone books and traveling anymore. The big con is, if you have some fucking psychopath who really wants to find you and you don't want to find you, now it's really easy to find you.
Really easy, and where you are and everything.
Yeah, so
that's what I don't know.
See, to me, it's almost like there's an automatic negative to every positive.
That's a good way to put it, and there is. And that's my thing. That's why I wanted to pick this.
Then, of course, there's the rapid-fire response that social media gets out of, entire countries. When anything happens now, like news is instant. Anything that happens
and who's
is
standing
instant.
there with their phone?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Now, because of every phone has a camera and the fact that social media is at everybody's fingertips, everything is instant now. So everybody hears about everything immediately. But it's amazing. You don't have to wait to hear news anymore.
I think I've seen more pros, to be honest. I feel when I see that stuff, like injustices happening, and I've seen a lot of great stuff where people go, my camera's running. And some of the stuff Rob was saying in the beginning. See, once something gets my goat, I'm just going to speak what I'm feeling in the moment and what's on my heart. But what he was technically saying is right. You got to, and which is what I try to learn every day. That's it. Boop. Off button, disengage.
Plus, here's the way I look at it.
Although I really love to give people a beating, but it's not the same time as 20,
here's the way I look at it, which is what I think is actually funny. It kind of gives me a little bit of satisfaction, is to know that there are certain people who are making fake accounts and putting up a bunch of shit and trying to get under my skin, but I just delete them. So they're like wasting time, energy, and thought trying to bother me. But I literally just hit delete buttons and keep doing the shit that I'm doing. So it's hilarious that these people are trying so hard to get under my skin.
But so
and it's not working.
When I say what I'm feeling in the moment, because we picked this topic certain things annoy me. That's really not what I'm about anymore. I'm really more about what he's going. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, disengaged. Whatever. Yeah, telling me I'm liberal. But
no, the liberal part was about your feelings being hurt.
Oh no.
People troll and they say mean things.
No, it's not just mean things.
Who gives a shit?
Forget the mean things. It's the things where people really do get in there, whatever. Like you just brought up a good point. Someone really gets in touch with you and they want to twist your life around.
They can't get in touch with you.
What?
They can't get in touch with you.
No, not that. What you just said before. Somebody
really wants to find you. All they can do is find you. They can't actually communicate with you unless you communicate back.
Well, there's things people can do. And
no,
they do
there
it.
are not.
Oh yes, there are. And that's what I'm saying.
Short of somebody showing up in person at your house, there's nothing anybody could do through social media to actually affect you.
All right, now, I'm going further.
And I know some people are going to leave some comments saying that's not true, but I disagree. People contact me all the time with all kinds of bullshit.
I just think there's too many creeps around, too many. And what I'm learning as I get older, and to me it wasn't like this when I was younger, is that more people are creeps and looking to fuck with you, screw you, mess with you than ever. But again, like you said, the anonymity of being able to be a full-fledged creep, that's what bothers me, and that's why I'm getting fired up. But you know what? I guess, See,
it doesn't bother me.
I'm not gonna let you go there, so.
It doesn't bother me at all. Who gives a shit
good for you.
what somebody does online?
I'm not that far into this stuff, thank God.
You don't need to be.
Other than Facebook.
Who cares what somebody says online?
And 98% of the time, more than 98% of the time, most of the time, on Facebook, when I see some dramas or something, I don't get involved. I try not to comment. I just stay, just what you're saying, disengaged, neutral, not, but like, you know what? This is not where to go because it's just a big mess. It's usually someone just trying to hurt somebody with their mouth, which is the worst thing in the world, really, which people don't realize. It's a horrible thing.
No, it's not.
It is. And see, that's the thing. Now, I guarantee as many people will agree with me or more than you.
No.
No, it is.
No, words are bullshit, and people that want to censor words and people who say negative things
they're not bullshit.
They're assholes.
They're not.
It is.
My life was destroyed because of words. You're absolutely wrong.
No. I'm not talking about personal relationships in your life. That could definitely affect you. Words through social media, if that affects you, that's your fucking problem 100%.
All right.
100%.
So then we'll take it to social media, and you do have family there, or you do have real close relationship. This
becomes a much broader problem,
You can.
which is why people are trying to censor and screw with the First Amendment now. It's because people have their feelings hurt via social media, so now big companies think they're going to try to censor it. That's called people need to grow a thicker skin. And again, I'm not talking about personal relationships, I'm talking about social media.
Yeah, this was good. See, this is what I wanted from the beginning. We definitely don't agree. We agree more than we usually think, but we disagree as well, for sure.
Social media sucks, has a lot of benefits if you need to get a message out there and there's anybody listening.
I'm going to say something here, and I mean it. Social media has done next to nothing for me. Well, I'm only talking about Facebook. I don't have much more. I remember the day that someone who I love, by the way, love dearly, Nikki's mom, said, "Hey, Rob, on Facebook," and I went, "Oh, yeah, I really like this woman. Love her, actually." And I opened an account. You know what? I'm sorry I ever opened that account.
You always have the option to delete it.
Right. I do not get me wrong. I see a lot of great stuff. I try to put really good stuff up. Once in a while, something negative. I'm human. But let me tell you something. I see more nonsense and people that need to get help.
No, it sucks.
They need help.
I don't have the option to delete
I can't help.
I can't have the shit. I smoked this Facebook without having a personal Facebook.
Well,
But that's why if anybody goes to it, they see it have like 300 something friends after years of having a Facebook. I don't give a shit. But,
Well,
social media is a great promotional tool if you know how to use it, because if not, you're also just throwing words.
And by the way, these hundreds of people, maybe people have thousands, where are you? Who do you interact with? Who meets with you? Who wants to see you? Who really wants to talk to you? Nobody. 90% of my friends list could care less if they ever talk to me, inbox me, meet with me. Hey, how are you? You want to have what? This whole thing, social media, is just a fucking fiasco. But unfortunately,
the only time people want to actually come out the woodwork and say something is when they disagree with one of your posts.
Well,
then they want to argue.
Well,
it's like, excuse me, I haven't talked to you since senior year of high school. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Well,
And that's the end of it.
Here we go.
I don't care.
Back to the bullshit. But let's just say that I guess what I'm getting down to is I don't like social media.
Fuck all you keyboard warriors out there. Because that's the thing. As much as I delete it,
fucking with people.
As much as I delete it and I don't let it, screw up my day, you're a bunch of fucking assholes out there sitting in your mom's basement or in your little stupid apartment, trying to say some bullshit, posting stupid comments. You have accounts that have no profile picture.
But what's the problem here? And that's why they want to censor things, which you're saying I'm not for that. But because some little jerk off was pushed, and don't get me wrong, no one should have pushed you around. No one should have picked on you or abused you. There should have been some provision in place back in our day when it wasn't like today.
What are you getting
to? But my point is, because you were pushed around or this or that, or you kept reading your books and you're so bright, you're just looking at every turn to be right and to have something to say and to have the last word. Fucking, never mind keyboard, grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. You're saying something very smart for these bright people out here, and some of them probably quite bright. How about just that? Fuck it. Let me go find a life.
The problem.
Let me have a life.
The problem is the other person, and pride and stupidity and hard-headedness. Because once anybody tries to say something to you, argue with you, even just debate a point on a post, you have the option to battle that out or just be like, don't care.
Which I do. Well, you've seen me do this. I'm not here to argue. That's my feeling.
I'm not talking about you specifically. What I'm saying is I feel your point is basically invalid. Because it's the other person's fault too. Because whoever
it's invalid. Who the fuck makes you God?
Whoever the little bitch is, I'm trying to explain it. Whoever the little bitch is who makes the first contact and tries to start the shit is not the whole problem. The other person, it's their choice completely to feed into it or not.
You said that from the beginning.
And I'm still saying it because you keep making the same point, I keep making the same point, but I'm sticking to my damn point.
But our point really in the end is the same because today more than ever.
I don't think our point's the same.
No, it is because I really do that. Today I look at something and go, I'm not doing that. Well, right here on our own show, somebody, am I right or wrong? Not long ago, I don't know who you are, maybe you're going to be watching this, wrote some stuff about religion and slaves and I don't know, never read it. Rob had mentioned to me someone wrote something. I gotta be honest with you, if you're out here, I'm sorry, and I am sorry, but I am not just what you're saying. I'm not gonna engage with you and have a 5-year debate.
Yeah, I responded once or twice.
That's my feelings.
And then once I got to the point where I realized that they were basically just calling me an idiot for having faith at all, I was like, yeah.
But you're a jerk off. That's my feelings.
Like I'm not answering anymore.
But that's my feelings. You're a jerk off. No, you're a jerk off. I'm smarter than you. Good for you. You're smarter than me.
And that's debatable.
Whatever. Good for you. Hey, these are people, again, that I'm telling you in a super dark spot. They're sick people, and they don't realize it. Oh, you're making a call. Yes, I am. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Well, fucking, fuck them. No, not fuck you. I got, like the episode we did, our public address episode, we weren't screwing around there. If there's help out here, go get it, because you need it. And that's it. So this is my feelings, that's your feelings. It's a good episode. I like it. If you don't like me, say la vie. It's like Howard Stern is a gazillionaire and every other person out there because they don't give a shit. That's what they think and they feel. You like it or don't. Or like you said from the beginning, I don't disagree with you. Shut me the fuck off. Don't listen to me, don't talk to me. I'm not going to argue and debate with you. You either enjoy it or you don't. And if you want to make a comment, you do. And if I don't want to comment, right back to the beginning, I'm not going to. That's it. End of subject. I can't stand social media, but I don't know where the world would be without it, right? Really, where would it be?
Probably in a better place.
You think? All right. I would think maybe. Who knows? Where are we going so bad? I don't know.
Probably, but that's a whole nother topic.
It is.
But this is episode 56.
He thinks.
Thank God it's over.
I don't know either.
And, sign up on Patreon. It's linked at the top of the video description.
Yep.
I'm so over this fucking episode.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.